And speaking of this, Elon Musk actually asked Cathie Wood about this Buffett indicator. And typically you don't see one of the richest people in the world like Elon Musk asking an investor what they should do or what they think about a certain topic. So it was pretty interesting. So Elon Musk in a tweet asked Cathie Wood about the Buffett indicator flashing red and what she thinks about it. Is she worried? Does she think there's going to be a big correction? What does she think about the valuations in the stock market right now? And essentially, she came out and explained how she's not really worried. She said how right now the valuations, it's not something to be worried about. She explained how in 1999, during the tech bubble, a lot of these tech companies had extremely high valuations, but and the reason why everything came crashing down is because they weren't justified. They were built on the idea of the internet and the hope that one day they could be huge. But you're saying right now, a lot of these technologies and a lot of these tech companies, the costs of doing business are a lot less. They already have viable products, viable business models, and it's not much around the idea of a company as well as they're already now starting to execute. So Elon Musk, he said, what do you think of the unusually high ratio of S&P market cap to GDP? She said GDP statistics evolved during the industrial age and do not seem to be keeping up with the digital age. She said, thanks to productivity, real GDP growth, keeping up with the probably is higher and inflation lower than reported. So she's saying real GDP is probably a lot higher. So the Buffett indicator for that reason wouldn't be as valid. And she said inflation is probably lower than reported. So she's saying quality of earnings has gone up. And she basically explained how right now it's not like we were in the tech bubble. Things are not the same as they were years ago when the internet was in its early stages. Valuations are much more justified where they are right now because back then investors chased the dream of the internet and of technology. But for the last 20, 30 years, all of this whole entire industry has been building and growing. And now there's a lot less skepticism about these companies, a lot less skepticism. And she said this is a time that she actually wants to double down and invest even more heavily. So this is just an interesting story because it's not very often that you see, one of the richest people in the world, Elon Musk, ask another person about their opinion on stocks or the economy. Typically we see Elon Musk making all of the noise, talking about everything. But obviously he has a lot of respect for Cathie Wood. She's been a big bull on Tesla for years now, so he obviously respects her opinion. And she's saying right now that the Buffett indicator isn't something that she thinks is really a good indicator to go off of anymore. She thinks it's outdated, and she thinks now valuations of companies are justifiable and they are at a place where she would still be very bullish on investing.